Yeah, entertainment nerd, come and let me show you. This is everything you wanna know about nerd culture. Hey, entertainment nerd, ain't none fresher. You can nerd out, don't even need your pocket protector. Where my nerds at? Grab a drink, come through, keep it entertaining. Comic books to movie news, this is what you need. All my nerds, come get with me if you really live your life like you on the Big Bang Theory. Marvel to DC, we really got a passion. Justice League, yes indeed. Hold up, let me fix my glasses. Uncle Black died on my Calla when the story accrue. Lady Mocha, shout out Adrian. You know how we do. Hey, entertainment nerd, come and let me show ya. This is everything you wanna know about nerd culture. Entertainment nerd, ain't none fresher. You can nerd out, don't even need your pocket protector. Nerd news, nerd culture, nerd happy hour. Entertainment nerd, let's go.
So let's start with Spider-Man. Holy, did you see?
Haven't seen it yet. So spoil.
Am I the only one that saw it?
I guess so. Yeah.
So I wish that I could find the episode where I predicted what. No, not even predictable within the movie. What I wanted from a Spider-Man movie. Like it all. Like I might have been off with how they executed it.
But for the most part,
look, I'm gonna say this: movie opens up, and you have the whole ending of Far From Home.
Yeah,
and you have Peter. We're gonna call him Peter 1. People that have seen it know why I'm gonna call him Peter 1. And it's kind of like that story, and all right, whatever. They he gets blamed for shit. Ned and MJ take the fall for him as well, or take the fall with him. And then you have the fight on that bridge scene, which is on the Washington Bridge, which is leading, well, not the Washington Bridge, because it's the Washington Bridge leading out of Manhattan and onto the Major Deegan, which will take you everywhere else. So
okay,
that's why I have to explain it that way. But then you have Dr. Octopus show up, and hello, Peter. And I'm like, because just the way that they brought him in, and yes, they did use de-aging technology. I don't give a fuck. Shut the fuck up, because this is where I called it. I had said that that MCU Peter was gonna go into their universes at the point where shit happened. Well, I was about 56% right. No, they got pulled into MCU Peter's universe when shit hit the fan.
Oh,
so I called it. That was to know that part was there, and there were some flaws with it. And then there was a whole battle. The cool thing is that he had his Iron Spider suit, and like Doc Ock was like, "Oh, we got company," because he sees the extra arms, which is great. And then he assimilated that nanotech, but not realizing Peter still has control of the nanotech. So that was pretty cool. That was the beginning of the film, and that sets the stage of now you got the Green Goblin showing up at the same time, but they take off, blah blah blah, whatever, because Doctor Strange pulls them in. That sets the stage, and now they're looking for, if you've seen Legends of Tomorrow on the CW, for these time freaks. We already have Doc Connors, the reptile, already captured. So now Peter goes out, his suit's all fucked up.
You mean lizard?
The lizard, yeah. What did I say? The reptile?
You said reptile.
Same shit. I would have to say that he goes home. His aunt breaks up with Happy. They gotta leave. They move into Happy's apartment because of all this escandalo that's happening. And then there's some little Easter eggs. You have Tony Stark's robot from the first Iron Man movie, the one that the one that would always fuck up. Happy had that in his apartment, along with that Iron Man machine that made shit out of nowhere. It was pretty cool. The little romance between him and MJ. I gotta say, Zendaya she's pretty for it being Zendaya. She held her own. You had Doctor Strange, which part of it sets up the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange, but they really kept it to be a Spider-Man movie. When you get to the part, there's a part where you see in the trailer where Doctor Strange knocks Peter out of his body. This is the cool part. Peter gets knocked out of his body, but Mr. Strange
Fucking Barry
still-
Allen.
Yes, but Doctor Strange is still trying to grab that cube, and you
Mhm.
actually see the little lightning coming off of Peter's head, which is the spider sense going off. So even though he's not part of his body, Doctor Strange is still trying to grab it, and he can't, because even though he's not within his body, his spider sense is still going off without him. That was fucking cool. Fast forward, we got some other shit going on, blah blah blah, yakety smackety. Aunt May died, but it was perfectly executed by the Green Goblin, and the Green Goblin's sled rammed right into her back.
Oh, similar to what happened to
Yes,
Green Goblin 1 and
Perfect.
Spider-Man 1.
yes, perfect execution. Like when I saw that, I was just like, "Oh shit!" They're replicating, and then he goes, "No ungood deed goes unrewarded," or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Which I took of, motherfucker. You're saying you killed me this way, I'm gonna kill your aunt the same way you killed me, even though we're not from the same universe. Fuck you, Peter. So now we have Mopey Peter. My aunt's dead. But before she died, she did run the line of without great power, with great power comes great responsibility. Which set the stage for little Ned, who had Doctor Strange's little ring, his 2-finger ring, opening a portal, trying to find Peter. And guess who comes through the portal? Andrew Garfield.
Amazing Spider-Man.
No, like the whole
Amazing.
theater erupted for Andrew Garfield.
Oh, really?
Like,
Wow.
like I was like, yeah, fuck, it's Andrew Garfield. Like the minute you see him and he turns around, I'm like, oh my god, that's Andrew Garfield. That's Andrew Garfield. That's Andrew Garfield. Because you know what? The Amazing Spider-Man films were not bad. Fuck you, Sony.
Yeah, it wasn't that
They were
Yes.
great. He was you had an actor that wanted to play Spider-Man and loved
Mhm.
playing Spider-Man, and you
Mhm.
whatever. So then Ned tries to open another portal, and we see Tobey Maguire coming through, but he's not in a spider suit. And then you got Tobey looking at Andrew, and Andrew looking, and then they shoot webs at each other.
All right.
Only difference is you know where Andrew's webs are coming from, and you know where Tobey's webs are coming from.
Mhm.
We'll get back to that later. So now they explain the whole shit. Ned and Zendaya and MJ explain, they're looking for their Peter. And Tobey Maguire actually played like I'm the elder Spider-Man. I'm here to try to lead this kid in the right direction. I haven't had a great loss other than, Uncle Ben and my rice. But I'm going to try to help this kid. And you have Andrew Garfield, who's like, yep. Well, it was kind of then they all meet and they meet Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland,
Yeah.
and they all green power comes great responsibility, that whole line and shit.
Oh, yeah.
And you have Andrew Garfield, who's talking about how he lost someone that he loved, but it wasn't his uncle. His big loss was Gwen.
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen Stacy.
When he couldn't save her. So that sets up, how that trailer went. So I was like, oh shit. Yeah, okay. All right, whatever. And then out of the villains, you have, it was more like the Sinister Five, because you didn't have the Vulture, but you had Green Goblin, the
Electro.
Lizard, Electro, Doc Ock.
Right.
And I'm skipping a whole part because if I go too far into it, I'm gonna really ruin the movie to you. I would have to say that JJJ was like the sixth part of the Sinister Six. What I would have loved to have seen would have been Topher Grace's Venom, because the premise was that I want to get rid of everybody that knows that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, but instead everybody that knew who Peter Parker was came into this MCU universe 616. So Topher Grace would have been perfect for it, because he would have known. Yeah, exactly. And so would have Harry Osborn would have been perfectly for it.
Green Goblin too.
And so would have Gwen Stacy. But did they? We don't know. That is so. Sidebar. Did they come into the universe? We don't know, because they weren't looked for. So did Gwen Stacy pop up in the universe? Did Topher Grace's Venom pop up in the universe,
and we just don't know.
And we just don't know.
Yet.
I mean, there was mention of a Rhino. It was cool because I'm gonna fast forward again. So they're on the Statue of Liberty, and they're having the talk of who was your best villain, and they're talking about, well, I fought an alien in a spacesuit, in a black suit, which was and I also fought my best friend, which we all know was Venom and Harry, and and we have Tom Holland going, well, I fought aliens in space, and they're like, what the fuck about aliens in space? Like, to them that was foreign. And then you have Andrew Garfield. Oh, well, I just fought a guy in a rhino suit. And I'm like, which is great. You have a whole point of where that scene with the 3 Spider-Mans that meme.
Oh, that meme where they're like,
that actually happened. Yes, that actually happened. Then there was the whole of Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland are looking at Tobey Maguire, and they're like, where's your webbing come from? Because obviously we had to make our own webbing. Where the hell does yours come from? Does it shoot from anywhere other than your wrist? And he's like, no, it's just my wrist. And, I've had that issue where I'm not going to ruin that. And then at the end, you have the Easter egg of Eddie Brock, Venom, a.k.a. what's his name? Mad Max and Bane. At the end of the film, hello Eddie, and they figure they get the whole rundown of the MCU, basically explained. But hold up, I'm gonna quickly go to the Venom 2, the Venom sequel, because there was some shit that we rented it and I caught this right offhand. Have you guys watched Venom?
No,
first one, yes.
Not the second. 2, no.
So all throughout the movie, he's wearing a Mumford shirt and a jacket that has the letter D on it. I caught it. Wait,
did you say Mumford?
Mumford, with the years on it. Think back. There was only one other movie that I've seen where the main character had a Mumford shirt with the year on it, and he was wearing a jacket with the letter D on it. But the fact that he was wearing that shit, and his name is Eddie Brock, and the symbiote goes, Eddie. Yes, they recognized Eddie Murphy in that movie so subdued that no one else probably caught it. Not even in the other, and I IMDb'd it and no one mentioned that. So fans, you've heard it here first. Dr. B. Carnage, Eddie Brock's attire is a reference to Eddie Murphy and Beverly Hills Cop. Go back and watch it. Or watch it for the first time.
Can studio peoples, can we confirm this, please? Can we confirm this?
Sony, can you confirm?
Oh, once you know what? Tweet it on to Sony.
Oh, I will. I will. So that's the Spider-Man movie.